Okay, so on to the next track in Vicky's Anthem series, man. For those of you only joining us now, we're literally on the 7th reaction for the day. We started off with Sonia's 5, and now we're on to Vicky's. We just got off one of Vicky's tracks, which was Ryan Adams' Dirty Rain. That was very cool. So if you want to listen to that and you feel like chilled music, I suggest you go back one, or you go back to the beginning of the day and start from the very beginning of Sonia's series. But anyway, moving on to the next one. This is Placebo, Passive Aggressive. We have reacted to Placebo before. They are pretty cool, but we've never heard this one, obviously. So let's rock and roll, man. Let's see what we've got over here. Yet another chill track for sure. Let's go.
It's in your reach. Concentrate. It's in your reach. Concentrate. If you deny this, then it's your fault.
It's in your reach, concentrate. If you deny this, then it's your fault. 100%. Accountability is fucking everything in your fucking life, right? If you consistently deny that you deny your ability to do this, you deny your ability to do that, you will forever be in that fucking dark space. Forever, right? It's literally, forget about blaming other people. Stop pointing fucking fingers and start pointing fingers at the fucking mirror and be like, you are accountable for this. This is your fucking fault, right? And the moment you do that, it actually gives you the power to change, because the moment you blame somebody else, you relinquishing that power, right? You're giving it to someone. It's someone else's. It's somebody else's thing to deal with, because I can't deal with it because somebody else did this. No, everything is your fault. You're accountable for everything in your own fucking life. And if you get from that stuff, and I know certain things are going to happen to you where it's not your fault, but take accountability for it anyway. Make it your fault, because that's how you will change it. That's how you retain your power. Fire, let's go.
Then it's your fault. The God's in crisis. He's over. It's in your reach. Concentrate.
We don't concentrate much these days.
It's in your reach. Concentrate. If you deny this, then it's your fault. The God's in crisis. Over. Every time I rise, I see you falling. Can you find me space inside your beating heart? Every time I rise, I see you falling.
Cool, because naturally you're going to do that, because when you rise and then that other person is just going to feel like they're falling. They might not be falling, but it feels like they're falling, because your ascension, like when you ascend like that, it feels like the other person's literally dropping, which I think is cool. But the way to control that, right, is again to take responsibility and accountability and make it your fault, right? You've got God within you. Your conscience is your God, right? Your conscience tells you what is right and wrong. Right? You can literally write down your issues and your problems that you don't have answers to. You can write them down on a piece of paper, and you can come back and answer them as if they were being answered by God, and you will be able to answer them, right? Because your God is your conscience. You know the answers to all your problems. You just, because of pain, because of trauma, because of that kind of thing, you tend to block that out, right? But if you concentrate, right, and you accept that there is God within you, and that God is not in chaos, you can answer all of those questions. You have the answer to your own questions. It's just about accepting that you do.
I rise, I see you falling? Can you find me space? Find me space.
I really like the sound on this.
It's in your reach. Concentrate. It's in your reach. Concentrate. If you deny this, then it's your fault. The God's in crisis. He's over. Every time I rise, I see you falling. Can you find me space inside your bleeding heart? Every time I rise, I see you falling. Can you find me space inside your bleeding heart? Fall.
I like that. Can you find some space inside your bleeding heart? Can you find some space for that positivity? Can you find some space for that light in that bleeding heart? I understand. We know your heart's in pain, right? But if you just say that, well, that's just the case and there's no way out, then there's no way out, all right? You need to find a crack. You need to find a crevice where you can wedge some self-respect. And it's all down to self-respect. A lot of people will say, I can't find the motivation. If you can't find the motivation, it's because you have no fucking respect for yourself, right? It's all down to self-respect, because anybody who respects themselves will work harder on themselves. Do you know what I mean? They don't need to find motivation, right? Motivation's this fugazi, fucking airy-fairy word that's out there. If you have self-respect, you will be disciplined, and then you will be consistent, right? There's no need for motivation. It's all down to self-respect. If you respect yourself, you'll work harder. If you respect yourself, you'll concentrate. If you respect yourself, you will know what's right and what's wrong. Come on, man. Very cool song, this. I remember Placebo being really good.
Every time I rise, I see you falling. Can you find me space inside your bleeding heart? Every time I rise, I see you falling.
Another one for my playlist.
Can you find me space inside your bleeding heart? Falls apart. Falls apart. Falls apart.
Beautiful. Beautiful song. Very powerful message, right? And he drove that in. That concentrate, that respect for yourself, essentially, is very, very powerful. I love the fact that it's called passive aggressive as well, because I tend to find that people are passive aggressive with themselves, that they want to be good, right? and they want to be compassionate, but a lot of the times it comes across as like sort of passive aggressive if it goes up against their ideologies, if it goes up against their beliefs. Do you know what I mean? They want to seem like tolerant people, but are often found to be the most intolerant and the most passive aggressive, because it comes from a very sort of narcissistic space, essentially, specifically today as well. And that narcissism is just a recipe for fucking destruction at the end of the day, because you're battling within yourself, essentially. You're battling within yourself, but you can't get past your ego and you can't get past your pride. And that is sort of tearing away at you because you want to be outwardly good, but that battle within is eventually going to show outwardly as well. Essentially. So that's why you get a lot of the people today who deem themselves as these compassionate, tolerant people happen to be the most intolerant. And that's not because of the outside world. It's because of the inside them. They're fighting their own war because they don't really know who they are, but they're trying to espouse these great sort of like self-aggrandizing theories that they themselves don't practice. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Peace.